Alright, I've waited long enough to upload this video. Let's just talk about the damnedest night in professional wrestling history. This is Elimination Chamber 2025. So let's start off with the Women's Elimination Chamber match, which the names right here kind of make sense. The wild card and Roxanne Perez coming from NXT. Bayley, the veteran who just main evented WrestleMania last year. Naomi, who returned last year as well, looking for her chance at the Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss just recently returned at the Royal Rumble. How the hell you can count her out? Liv Morgan recently was Women's World Champion. And Bianca Belair, perhaps maybe the best women's wrestler there is by far. So, you get the women coming out in the pod. You get the women that goes into their pods first, which is Roxanne, Bayley, Alexa, and Bianca. So, good start here. Good start. We get these, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, and you start off with Liv Morgan and Naomi. Cool. Should be cool. Right out of nowhere, Jade Cargill returns. Not only returns, but attacks Naomi. And what we will come to find out would be the biggest truth in perhaps maybe ever. Naomi attacked Jade Cargill. Now, for me, I think there's a little bit more to this. But when I first saw this happen live, I completely was shocked. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I couldn't believe what was happening. The big three, the dynamic black excellence, gone. Just like that. Was I hurt? Yes. Am I still hurt? I need to fix this so bad. But fuck it. I was hurt. And I was shocked. Not only was they splitting up the big three, they did it in perhaps the best way possible. Out of nowhere, sudden and impactful. With Jade coming in, attacking Naomi, and in just the nick of time, Bianca's locked in her pod, crying, screaming, why, what's going on, what's happening? Girl, your girl right here jumped this girl right there. And the fans, shocked as we were, shocked as they were, I just was speechless, super speechless. And I was out at the time watching this on my phone, realizing I didn't have a lot of battery. But when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. I really could not believe it. And first of all, Jade almost fell in. That's one. She fell up the steps getting into the chamber. And Liv's work was great, saying it was not me, it wasn't me, to then lead to that attack, which was so beautiful. The best damn thing. So you get this attack, Naomi's taken out of the chamber, which technically means she still has a shot at the Women's World Championship when you think about it. And then you just get back to the match, and it's a great match. It's a great women's chamber. I thought everybody shined in their own way. Obviously, the two stars right here, Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair. Liv is always just, the bridesmaid that's never the bride, unfortunately. But she's had her moment, had her chance. And, I'm not mad that she lost this match. My pick was Roxanne. She had a great showing, but was eliminated, I believe, by Alexa Bliss, which was surprising. Or maybe Liv Morgan, but I forget. Other than that, it wasn't Bayley that eliminated her, which surprised me. Kind of diluting from that storyline that they were building down at NXT that would probably have built to a WrestleMania match, who knows. But I was very much happy that Bianca did win, and her character work was fantastic. Just absolutely hurt by the events that took place. Can't even focus as much, but still found a way to focus, lock in, and win the Women's Chamber to become #1 contender to the Women's Championship, the Women's World Championship, which we're going to have to get into in another video. Because, oh boy, Jesus, what in the world is that picture? But other than that, Fantastic chamber. Fantastic start. Shocking moment. Still more to go. This still goes on for 3 more matches. But let's just talk about the weakest match on the card, which was obviously this tag team match. Trishy Time, which I call Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton's tag team, versus Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. First of all, happy Candice LeRae got a chance to showcase herself on pay-per-view. Can't say anything more about her work in the last couple years, especially down in Black and Gold NXT, to Rainbow NXT, to her return on the main roster, losing Indy Hartwell. She's great. Glad she got her chance on the pay-per-view. This was the weakest match on the card. Nothing really to say, honestly. Just Tiffany and Trish ended up winning, and Nia Jax took not just Top Rope Stratusfaction, but also the prettiest moonsault ever. Basic, simple, easy. None else to really talk about. These guys are just fucking sick. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. Unsanctioned. Let me talk about the presentation, though. I thought the presentation of this match was fantastic. It's almost like it was almost like lights out, like how they do in AEW, with the lights going black and stuff. But the lights were black throughout the entirety of the match. It was just a spotlight on KO and Sami in the ring. That was it. Now, my phone was nearing death by that point, and I think these two were trying to get to death. And if death somehow found a way to get to them before I was able to finish watching this, then yeah, I probably missed so fucking much. And then again, I still missed way too fucking much, because what the was this match? In all of the matches that they've had on the main roster, and they've had plenty, all their matches, not even just on the main roster, but just in particular in WWE, this was the most brutal. This was the most hard to watch, honestly. And I didn't see the ending, but I just know the ending was just so visceral. But the moments that I got to see with these two brawling around the arena, brawling in the ring, brawling everywhere, Sami favoring his neck, KO killing himself nearly, along with Sami killing himself nearly. Michael Cole was excellent throughout this match. And so was Wade, and so was Pat McAfee. By the way, Pat McAfee is a national treasure. Do not send him death threats. That is disgusting. But this match was easily the match of the night, and honestly, early contention for match of the year. There's no way that this match, doesn't skip a lot of people's minds when heading into the end of the year debate of what was the best match of the year. This is it right here. This is honestly it so far, besides maybe the ladder match at the Royal Rumble, which was an incredible ladder match. KO has been on an incredible run. KO winning, I don't mind. I thought Sam was probably going to sneak it and pull it out, but he didn't. KO winning is understandable, makes sense with the multiple power bombs on the apron, calling back to NXT when KO debuted, attacked Sami when he won the NXT championship, probably wiping off Sami Zayn for the next probably month or two, probably after WrestleMania. What a run, though. I thought this was a fantastic match, and then it only just got better with the return of the Viper. And yeah, Orton wrecked shop. Wrecked shop all the way, because Kevin Owens was going for a package pile driver on Sami on the outside till Randy showed up, and I didn't really see this all the way. I just know that Orton was going for the punt kick, and the security stopped him. But Orton did wreck shop. It's good to see Orton back. Their build for WrestleMania, I think, is fantastic. It's set in stone. It shouldn't change one bit at all. And yet, it only got crazier. Because now, the men's chamber. Look at this lineup. Besides this dick. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, John Cena, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest. 1, 2, and 3 were recently just world heavyweight champion. Seth Rollins had one of the longest reigns of the title. New lineage. Drew McIntyre won the title at WrestleMania. Damian Priest recently coming off a world championship reign. Then, the intertwining of all of this just was awesome. From Seth and Punk, to Punk and Drew, to Seth and Drew, to Seth and Priest, to Priest and Drew, to Priest and Punk, to Cena and Punk, Cena, Seth, Logan, Seth. My mind is twisting right now. Honestly, all of these guys has such different dynamics to each other in so many different ways. Obviously, the wild card was John Cena. We hadn't seen Cena since the Rumble. We just know this man declared himself to go into the chamber. He's going to win the chamber, win the match, go to WrestleMania, because in his words, it's best for business. This match banged out. Honestly, like I said, the dynamics were so cool. Starting off with Drew and Seth hitting each other so well, and Punk, Paul, Cena, and Priest in their pods going crazy. But obviously, these three having a sequence where Seth is ramming Drew's head into the pod, and Punk is just taunting him over, and Priest is over in his corner. He's saying, I agree with that. That was an awesome sequence. You had a sequence where you had Cena going with Punk, Cena going with Seth. Logan Paul had his moments, which was honestly a little bit to none, which was pretty good for me, and I don't care because Logan Paul was going soon. But the first elimination of Priest taking out Drew shocked me, not gonna lie. With Drew hitting a Claymore on Cena, and then Priest getting a crucifix pinfall on Drew McIntyre. Yeah, that was surprising. And Drew, obviously being Drew, bitter, angry, Scotsman, Claymore Priest, and then Priest got hit with a frog splash that caused the elimination of Damian Priest. So that was deep. Logan Paul was eliminated next. Good. Seth Rollins was eliminated after Punk got in his way to win. And then you had the sequence of Cena and Punk reliving 2011 through 2013 all over again. That was a fantastic final sequence with an awesome kind of like I can't stand you finish with Seth Rollins costing CM Punk again. Punk was my favorite to win. He was my favorite to win the Rumble, favorite to win the Chamber. Did not win, but Cena winning, did not mind. With Cena capitalizing on Seth hitting the curb stomp on Punk on the outside while Punk had just recovered from an attitude adjustment near fall, where this finishing sequence was unbelievable. It looked like prime Cena at that moment. He was fantastic. These two killed it at the very end. And we still had Cody making his decision on The Rock. Whether Cody was going to sell his soul, become the corporate champion, become The Rock's champion, or he was just going to say no. And Cody ended up saying no. The Rock had his little flashy entrance with Travis Scott. Fine. Cena was still in the ring. Well, I don't know what's about to happen with Cena still in the ring. But Cody coming out, embracing Cena, and then afterwards, Cody telling Rock no and telling him to go fuck himself. Jesus, so damn good. And then the embrace, and then when you see that look, I want y'all to really take a look at this man's face. Look at this man's face right here. This man's face is pure evil. This isn't John Cena no more. This is Peacemaker. This is Peacemaker. That... Uh-oh. That that is literally the craziest thing I will ever see in my life. Ever. I have watched wrestling for 20 plus years. I've legitimately known John Cena as a de facto babyface. Never a heel. My earliest memory of John Cena is in 2005, going after JBL for the WWE Championship. Just remember him as a babyface. Never a heel. Never. Ever. And I got to see some of his work on the network when it was available, then on Peacock, and then on streams, YouTube. He's been the face since 2003. He was a baby face from 2003 in November to March 1st, 2025. Now, I'm going to make a separate video and talk about the heel turn itself. But my open and honest opinion is this. This turn is the single biggest turn in professional wrestling history. Bigger than Hogan. Bigger than Stone Cold. It's the biggest heel turn in wrestling history. Cena sold his soul to a man that he despised, that he then became, to become a 17-time world champion. Now, WrestleMania couldn't be any bigger, couldn't be any more insane, but you add this John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, who is now at this point the biggest babyface in professional wrestling ever now. Something AEW could not do. AEW couldn't build Cody Rhodes as a legit babyface because it's more pure wrestling than WWE is. And his character trajectory was going miles away from what AEW was. You got the biggest babyface now in professional wrestling now versus the biggest heel at the biggest WrestleMania that could possibly exist. And this is bigger than 40. This is bigger than 39. This is bigger than 30. This is bigger than 30. This is bigger than 28. This is bigger than 25. This is bigger than any WrestleMania, bigger than any wrestling event there has been ever. This is the match right here that will define wrestling. Who knows what this outcome will be? All I know is once this man comes back on TV for the first time since that Elimination Chamber match, his reactions, whatever his character is going to be, whether he kept My Time Is Now, or he's going to basic thugonomics, or he's doing what he wanted to do in 2012, this man will be the most must-see person on wrestling screens for the next several months until his final night in December in this year. This is still his retirement tour. And they pulled the trigger on the biggest damn thing we will ever witness. That's just a small take of my opinion on this. Like I said, I got another video that I'm going to do that talks about the Cena heel turn. My thoughts on it. How I feel personally. How it really impacts me as a wrestling fan. And how this goes forward with his run. But other than that, Elimination Chamber is a 5 out of 5. It's the biggest night in professional wrestling history, and it doesn't change that. Let me know what you thought about the Chamber in the comments below. I'll be getting to y'all very soon.